Hello, this is Tom Searcy with the 1% Difference, and this episode is about selling to the big dreamer. We all love the big dreamer. You know what I'm talking about, that senior executive who has got this big picture and they're telling you about it and they're excited and they got energy behind it and they're convincing you and they're selling you about how if we work together we can go make a big difference. Maybe they got a new job, maybe they have a new position, maybe they're new with the company, but there's something about that particular person who brings it with them a lot of energy and excitement, and you think to yourself, finally, I got somebody who gets it and who's gonna go ahead and we're gonna come in with them early and we're gonna grow with them in a big way. I'm gonna tell you right now, dreamers are great, but there's some risks, and I want to teach you how to sell to dreamers. What are the risks? Well, first of all, there's never a decision. Why? Because they're never finished with the vision. They're always thinking about the next thing that we could do, and then we could do this, and we could do that. Second thing is they have the attention span of like a mosquito, right? Next bright shiny object they're going after. Third thing is they got lots of enthusiasm, but they're pretty bad on the follow-through. Why? Because they almost always have 5 or 6 different irons in the fire at the same time. You can't get their full attention. Only for that one meeting, only for that miracle moment. But what about after that? How do we get the money? So what do you do when you're selling a dreamer? I'm going to give you a couple steps. First of all, I want you to start at the biggest picture that is out there of their dream, all right? And then I want you to reverse walk that, domino walk it all the way back to the beginning, and start with the smallest first step. Now, a good story of this is Bill Gates. When Bill Gates was looking at the idea of a world without malaria, he said, okay, here's the world without malaria. How do we walk back through all the ideas and all the technologies and all the distributions of the things that we would have to do to get rid of malaria? And he came back to the very first domino in that list, and that was mosquito nets. Not particularly sexy, but he said if we can go get mosquito nets out there, we'll start tipping all the dominoes that will lead to a world without malaria. And that first decision was made, and the first investment was made, and the first difference was made, which then attracted more money, more investment, more ideas. So you want to start at that big picture and then get it all the way back to that first domino. And then second thing you want to do is you want to confirm that the person that you're talking to can tip that smallest domino, right? Because if they can't tip that, if they can't write the check, if they can't get the enthusiasm of the organization behind them, if they can't convince anybody else, then they're not going to be able to eventually get us to the big final decisions that have to be made. So measure their mettle by determining whether they can move that first domino. Third thing you need to do is complete the domino map and then find out who owns each of the other dominoes along the way. You know, the dreamer, he's going to tip domino number 1, and then he's going to go tip some other domino. He's going to move on to something else. You need to know who are the rest of the team members that are going to keep that ball moving down the field towards the final big purchase, big decision. And so you have to figure out who that rest of the team is, so map out the rest of it. Next thing is make certain that you get paid for domino number 1 or get out. If this guy can't get you paid for the first idea, he'll never get you paid for the last idea. And finally, remember, dreamers become buyers fast, or they're not going to be buyers at all, because they don't have the attention span to stick it through. So figure out whether or not you're going to get a quick decision out of the dreamer that moves domino number 1 or move on to somebody else. Till the next chance for us to go ahead and talk, go out and make the 1% difference. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell, and that way we'll let you know every time there are new videos that are out there. And you can also visit our website below.